Hey guys, I hope you're having a lovely day. Thank you for joining me. I just figured I would pick up the camera since I actually got out of the house for a little bit. We had to do a medication run and I got to go for the car ride, so I'm super excited about that. And then we're stopping and picking up some of Abby's food, and this is going to be the first time I'm going in a store since probably February or so, so I'm pretty excited. It's just, you know, a small pet food store. I have my mask and gloves and everything, but I haven't been out to any stores or anything in months, and I was like, you know what, I kind of do want to go to a store or do something like really small just because of like surgery happening and stuff. I feel like by the time I'm like recovered from surgery that the virus could pick up potentially, and then I'm not going to be going anywhere anyway. So I just figured it would be kind of fun to do, and Abby is going to need extra food to have on hand. So yeah, just figured we would do that today. So, well, we decided to do that when we heard the medicine was in. So, and then other than that, I'm just doing some Bible study stuff, and I'm waiting for an email from my endocrinologist to get some other details straightened out about this tumor, to check up some of the stuff that I've been learning through my research, you know, what's really going on, and I'll let you guys know more when I have some more solid answers. So I'm trying not to freak people out too much with what I'm reading. So yeah, stay tuned because there's so much happening every day. Abigail, show me your toy. You show me your toy? You're like, I don't think so. I'm too tired. I don't know what you're so tired from. Isn't he cute, right? Say he's cute like you. Okay, so we got food, some Zukes, and some extra mixers, because the mixers I picked up, the cat is kind of also into them, and don't worry, they're the same ingredients for cats and dogs, so it's 100% okay for the cat to eat those. I don't know about these, I'll have to check into it. And then this is something that she's just been absolutely loving. This is one of her balls. It's just, to Abby, balls are feeding toys, right? So this just has a couple of mixers and another treat. That's the other treat. The rest of it's mixers, but she thinks they're all treats. So, right? You're like, I just want my ball, please. I don't know why she's so, like, acting so tired. Right? But she was very, very, very happy and shocked that I came home. So, happy to make her happy. Right, girly? Hopefully we'll get in a nice play session later. And here's a little princess. Hi! You say hello? Yeah! Say I had my treats earlier. Right? She actually has autoimmune, so she eats certain treats for her autoimmune to help her with her mouth, right? But say, I have it made over here. She's got a little blanket for a bed currently. And her favorite scratching toy. She's got some wet food that her sister didn't finish. And her little dish of dry, which is her favorite. And you just like to sit here and purr and watch us do our stuff, right? So I can't go for like a real walk with Abby today because of how I'm feeling, and like my legs are super weak and I'm just super weak. But I decided to hook her up on her front runner, and we're just walking around a little bit, not really doing much or going far, but I figured it would be something nice for us to do together and something a little bit different. I don't usually do this, and it's really good for me to practice walking outside because everything's so uneven outside. And like when I had physical therapy, he was like, you know, it's a good idea like to try to practice whenever you can. So that's what we're doing. Let me show you all like the hanging baskets too. Thought that would be cool, like while I'm thinking of it. Actually doing pretty good. Some of them are not surviving with like some of the funky weather that we've had. Like we had a lot of rain one day, and it just drowned some of the plants, unfortunately, like the way that the rain hit and stuff. Goose, are you having fun? Oh, this is wonderful. This is so nice. Oh, I'm so excited. Hey guys, so it's Tuesday now. I did not end up finishing the vlog, obviously. Yesterday, actually, at supper, I ended up having a pretty bad seizure, and it sounds like my seizures are starting to change. Typically, I would have just blank staring seizures, and they're called non-epileptic absent seizures, which were thought to have been caused by just the stress that my body's under. So now I'm not like convulsing per se, but I am moving quite a bit and having like movement disorder type symptoms, which I've had dystonia episodes before, and different movement disorder things, which I've mentioned in previous vlogs, tons of them, like the incident for my birthday where I ended up walking into my closet a few times, and then I've just had like twisting and locking of muscles and tightening. Think of like a Charlie horse on steroids, and then like other involuntary movements that you just can't control. So it sounds like that's kind of what's going on. And then, and this is all like secondhand information. I'm not like with it per se, or like conscious, so to speak. Like when it happens, I'm pretty clueless, and it takes me a little bit of time to get caught back up with reality. So in addition to all that, I'm being told that I stiffen and tighten my body, and then now my eyes roll to the back of my head, which is something that we weren't typically they weren't typically seeing in the past. So we're thinking that just with the tumor and the hormones and obviously the added stress that my body is under, that that's probably a good portion of this. So, and in addition to that, I am just not sleeping the best all of the time. Some nights I can sleep pretty well and get through the night. Other nights, like, I don't fall asleep enough, but I can lay down, which is always great. Yet still, other nights I am up literally all night and I can't lay down, I can't go to sleep, and it becomes pretty miserable because the pain levels just end up completely through the roof, and it's just, yeah, I know, it's really hard, right? And she's such a trooper, her and Sadie. Every time I have those episodes and those terrible nights, they both stay up with me all night, and they both keep a close eye on me. The last time that I was having like a really rough night, I was able to get roughly 2.5 hours or so of sleep, which does really help when you're not sleeping. And just Abby and Sadie took turns like crying, and like they were both pretty upset about it. And I'm assuming that they're able to smell like hormones or something, because, you know, they're able to sense a lot of stuff that people don't. So I was feeling pretty terrible, and I'm assuming that that's why they were so upset and uptight, right? Yeah, so that's always really difficult. So there's just been a lot of like extra symptoms and stuff, especially in the evenings, that seems to be more problematic. We're assuming maybe more hormones are thrown off that time of day in my body, but evenings are really terrible sometimes. I'm lucky to be honestly conscious enough and with it enough to be recording this, because usually the pain and stuff is just really terrible. But I wanted to just end this vlog because I know that there's others that I have in mind, and there's just obviously still lots going on this week. I have my nurse tomorrow, and you know, all the stuff. And then today, like, I've been dealing with a lot of nausea, and it's been definitely like the gastroparesis type nausea and like POTS. So like sometimes being upright, like it increases the nausea a lot. So like it makes it pretty difficult to function and do stuff. But today I just kind of took the day off, especially from all medical stuff. I wasn't filling any pill containers. I wasn't getting together any treatments or like preparing anything, you know, or making any phone calls. I took a break from all of that. I even took a break from a lot of like my typical like Bible study stuff. It was like, okay, I did exactly what needed to be done today for that, and the rest of the day I was like, I'm taking the day off and just, you know, spending time getting my mental health where it needs to be. This way I can get through the rest of this week, because there's a lot of appointments, and it's just been so many appointments nonstop, and with all the hormones it does get really overwhelming, especially later in the day. I've noticed a lot of anxiety attacks and sometimes like irritability, I guess, like, and I'm not usually like super irritable like this, and like things just really get on my nerves. Or like really bad depression. And I know like when it hits what it's from, but it's still really difficult at times to endure. So I just spent some time painting and listening to books and time with Abby, and I just realized I completely forgot to mention that somebody came to the house and I got my hair cut. A little bit shorter than I anticipated, but that's quite alright. I ended up cutting it in preparation for surgery just to make my life a little bit easier. Alright guys, so I'm going to end this here. Thanks for joining us. Bye.